This is brought to you by the George Jackson Grassroots Collective, a progressive organization in the new African independence movement that cultivates revolutionary transfer culture, liberating the minds through awareness and education, protecting and training our people while fostering unity as stated in the Code of Umoja. Welcome to the George Jackson Grassroots Collective Dialogue Session.
Greetings. My name is Abdullah Ghazi, National Chairman of the George Jackson Grassroots Collective. And today we have a special guest. Could you please announce yourself, sir, and give us a little bit of history and what you were part of?
My name is Keanu Cook. Everybody call me Buck. That's what I go by, Buck. And I'm a Cicero Insane Vice Lord out of Arkansas. Currently in prison, serving life. Got life without plus 27 years. Been locked up 25 years for capital murder. We currently fighting for my freedom. My release is imminent. We see it in the future. We see it coming. And I'm about positivity, production, anything I can do to support my community and try to take us out of the murk into the brightness. That's what I'm about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As we go into the positivity and things that you are doing, can you please tell us a little bit about well, let's start off by saying a little bit of what is a Cicero insane vice lord?
Well, Cicero is the foundation of Insane Vice Lord. You got several different precincts of Insane Vice Lord, and it all originated on Cicero Avenue by King AJ Assad Shabazz. And we are all offsprings of him. And we in all the states, we got chapters everywhere, and we carrying the King dream. We carrying his dream far and wide. So that's what we are.
Yes, sir. I have a question about one thing. I see
Okay.
that it has a lot of Islam influences. Does everybody have to be Muslim within the Cicero Vice Lords? And how
No,
much has it impact? And how much has
that's
it
the
impact?
that's the beauty of Vice Lord. You can be everything and be Vice Lord. You can be nothing and be Vice Lord. We not restricted to nothing. Everything Lordism is all encompassing. It encompasses every walk of life. So we got Vice Lord Cicero. We got there's Muslim, there's Christians, Jehovah Witness, Buddhists. It still don't take away from us being Cicero Vice Lord. You got some that's not religious. Period. That's the beauty of being a Vice Lord. You can be everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you could sum up what Lordism is, could you please give me a good description of that and how um, that can be good for the new man and new woman?
Well, look, Lord is different perspective depending on the person and his character build and his makeup and the feed of the man, whatever he put into his mind and his spirit and his heart. For me, it's everything. Like I fast, I pray, I observe the Sabbath, I go to Jumu'ah prayer. So I take all these different things. It's whatever will help you be a better you as a man, as a human being, or whatever. So whatever you can take from anything and it help you to become the person that you destined to be or ordained or created to be, then that's Lordism. That's Lordism. If you didn't have no books, you wasn't able to talk, you wasn't able to see. It's just a simple act of doing. That's Lordism.
Very good answer, sir. Let's take this back just a little bit. You said Arkansas. You come from Arkansas. My question is, um, a person like you coming from Arkansas and Vice Lord kind of being established in Vice Lord being established in Chicago, how was you influenced by them, and how did you come into engagement with Vice Lord?
The neighborhood that I stayed in, that's everybody in the neighborhood was vice lords. So naturally, when you a youngster, you coming up and you seeing that. And then, I come up during the age when it was good. Back when you got locked up, people took care of you, people checked on your family. When you got out, they threw you some, they made sure you was good, they threw a party, they were happy to see you at home. You got into it with somebody, you was able to come get help and support. You didn't have nowhere to stay, you was able to go stay with one of your guys. See, I come up when it was good. So when you seen that coming around, naturally you wanted to be a part of that. Whatever it was that these dudes had and was that made them love each other the way they loved each other and supported each other, we wanted to be a part of that. We didn't know it was Vice Lord. We wanted to be what they were. So that's how we became Vice Lord,
Yes, sir.
through our
Yes, sir.
neighborhood.
Yes, sir. Um, is Arkansas still racist to this day? Like, do y'all still have
Yes,
those same problems? Could you
yes,
break down?
totally,
Could
totally,
you break?
completely.
Can you break
This
down
is
how corrupt Arkansas is?
This is still a slave state. Dexter Payne is the head man of the Arkansas Department of Correction. He is the director, but the chairman of the correction is a white man. So it don't matter how far a black man go in Arkansas, it gonna always have a white man over him. Like we got a black dude ran for governor, Chris Jones. He was just at our gala last night. He running again. We hope he win this time, but it's unrealistic because they chose a white female Republican over a black man Democrat, and this man that worked for NASA. This man got a PhD. This man got so many things that qualified him for the head spot, but he had one strike against him, and he was black, so he didn't get in there. Arkansas
Did you
still
say that
same
he's
slave.
running for governor again?
Yeah, he say he running again. That's a little inside information. Don't nobody know that but us.
Okay.
But he running for governor again.
Oh, do we got to delete that part out there?
Now, now I'm just saying
Okay.
this a little inside information. You can keep it in.
Okay. But go ahead, continue, sir.
But hey, me personally, he not gonna win. He up against the white establishment.
Mm.
He ain't gonna win. I don't care if he was a black Republican. He not gonna win.
So, going back to, I seen you also have your organ, a different type of. I think I'm not sure if it's an LLC or a nonprofit, and I'm looking at what you got right here. Let me see real. What's it called? Sorry. Look at this. Could you tell me more about Cookbook Publications, LLC?
Yeah, cookbook publication is a multimedia format. We publish books, we do talk shows, we write movies, anything got to do with entertainment, but it's a platform. See, when we started, like unlike everybody else, Arkansas didn't have a viable conduit for the prisoner's voice to be heard. So I saw a void and when we created cookbook publication, because you got a lot of authors in the penitentiary that don't have no way to get their books published. And you got it in every other state. So we decided to create it here and give them an avenue to be able to let their writings be heard and their talents to be showcased before the world. But we took it a step further with the multimedia aspect where you got dudes in here that's multi-talented and multifaceted. So we decided to, hey, give you a platform where you able to create and there's no limits and we got an avenue for you. So that's what cookbook publication. That's what it morphed into, and then we put on all type of events like now we finna gear up for back to school giveaway. We finna try to do, man, hey, it's just endless to where we can go. The only thing gonna limit us is our ability to think outside the box.
Yes, sir. Which leads me to this question off of what you just said. The initiatives and programs that you got set up for your organization. Um, and tell us more about this new event that y'all just had, the gala at the gala.
Yeah, this was the third one. See, this had started originally. Originally, vice lords in different states do a players ball. And initially in Arkansas, we wanted to do a players ball too. But we know in Arkansas, we do everything different from everybody else, and we set the tone. So I said, man, look, we gonna come up with a gala. I was gonna be different from everybody else's. So
Mm.
the sisters decided, hey, well, let's make it a masquerade. We gonna do this. So we put everything together. The sisters put everything together, but people went into the hole. They spent bill money trying to make it happen. They spent children money trying to make it happen. So my brother say, well, next year our company gonna take over. We'll do it through our nonprofit. That way we'll be able to take donations and everything, and won't nobody have to struggle to make it happen. So once cookbook publication took over, it became all the way corporate. It was no longer street. So everything had to be professional. And that's where it's at now. It now is cookbook publication, and it's a corporate entity. It's an entity all its own. Cause we got a masquerade gala in Arkansas that ain't nobody else doing. Ain't nobody else having a masquerade gala. And
Yes.
and last year's was so spectacular. The only way to outdo it was to bring a superstar celebrity, thus us bringing Bobby Valentino.
Yes, sir. And could you tell me also the experience of Bobby Valentino and y'all
Man,
engagement?
man, he was beautiful. He was beautiful. I mean, how he interacted with the crowd. He made everybody feel like they was important. He took time out to take pictures with everybody. He did selfies with everybody. He got in everybody videos. I'm talking about he was just approachable. He was just approachable, man. I'm talking about, hey, the man energy was unmatched. Out of all the stars, man, look, they just had Pleasure P. The same people that gave us Bobby Valentino brought Pleasure P. And they say, hey, I like Bobby better than I do Pleasure P. So we definitely bringing him back. Everybody enjoyed him.
Yes, sir. And you say you have this just for transparency, you have this once a year, right?
Yes.
And then it'll be around the exact same time next year, because I most definitely will
Now,
attend.
look, no, we not having it in June. Look, we did not foresee the gala falling on Juneteenth. We was up against Don Tripp, Latoya Luckett, Chrisette Michelle, and all them was
Oh,
free.
oh yeah, you had right. Oh,
Yes,
you got to
but
change it
but
up a little next time. You would have had
yeah,
probably way
but
more
but
engagement.
this a little inside information for everybody that's listening that know us. We finna bring Lil Sammy and we bring it Do or Die. So them two other things cookbook publication finna put on.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. I love
Yeah,
do or
we
die.
doing we doing Do or Die for my brother's birthday. I've been rotating with AK from Do or Die.
Yes, sir. Um, and you brought up also as well that y'all got a couple things going on in the community as well. Can you bring me more details and insight on future engagements with the community and what y'all got cooking for that?
Well, right now we trying to do a back to school supply giveaway. We trying to get a few of the brothers that cut hair to come and cut the kids' hair while we give away supplies. Uh, and we building with other organizations. Like we did have donors that donated for the gala. The brother Arlo, that got the first black bank in Arkansas, he donated. That's a beautiful brother. He donated. Uh, Ultimate Sound and Lighting was there. Uh, Chanel Rental, she donated. Man, we just had a lot of beautiful people, and they believe in the vision of cookbook publication. So they want to donate to whatever we got going. So we trying to currently put on the talent show for all the youth kids in the community to come and showcase their talents and get maybe a financial reward for it and maybe some exposure. So that's what we finna do next. We got the back to school supply giveaway. Then we got the talent show that we working on. Uh, what else we got? We got a lawn care service that we finna put together for the body, and this really not for the community, even though beautification of the community benefit the community or the community. Our lawn care service will benefit our vice lord body. It's gonna be our own business, and everybody will get paid from working for us. They be able to work for themselves and get paid for their own labor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is wonderful that y'all got an economic plan. You'd be surprised how so many people don't got economic plans for the youth and for their movement. It is very impressive. And I salute y'all guys for organizing in this way. I like to get into a little bit of with you being locked up, you've been locked up, and we will say somewhat a little bit limited, but you are able to do more than a person that's free, that got all the resources at their hands, at their disposal. Um, could you tell us how you are just able to do this? What gives you the fire and influence to do this with you being
God,
limited, but yet still outworking
God,
everybody?
God, Allah, because I can't explain it. When it's something that, hey, beyond your imagination, expectation, and explanation, it can only be bigger than you, and you can only credit it to one source, the creator. Because anything, look, it ain't always been like this. It's just been like this within the last decade. So I spent 15 years not being heard, putting all my talent, because I didn't just start writing books. I've been writing books, but I ain't been able to get my books published. So it happened at the time that it was supposed to, because instead of me getting somebody else to publish my books, I was able to publish my own books. So everything happened on his time, and the Quran say Allah is the best knower. So he knew, and then the Bible say, "I chose and appointed you that you should go forth, bear fruit, and that your fruit shall remain." Everything I set out to do be a staggering
Mm-hmm.
success. So it's bigger than me. Man, I lay up here, I sleep, and wake up with an idea and have to write it
Mm-hmm.
down. Man, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
where that idea came from, but when I write it down, and then it ain't just me. I got some awesome people in my corner. These people that's on the phone, these the people that put in the work when I present the idea. So everything I am is because of these people on the line, and these people know. Man, when I've come up with an idea, they like, hey, let's make it happen, because that's what it's gonna be. So it ain't
Yes,
nothing
sir.
that I do on my own. I couldn't do it without the help of these people that I got in my life. And Allah put the right people in my life at the right time.
You brought up a good assessment, a good comment of also practicing collective, group economics and dealing with a collective of people working together. That's what it's all about. Um, I would like you real quick to explain what Umoja is.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the significance behind my name, Celeno Umoja, and a lot of people don't know. They can't even pronounce it. And the reason why I done been through all this stuff and I never changed that name because it ain't just a name, it's a statement and an action. Celeno is Ethiopian for black, and Umoja is a founding principle of Kwanzaa, one of the seven principles of Kwanzaa that mean
Mm-hmm.
unity. So the mission is black unity. That's why you see me supporting and pushing the way I do on my page.
Mm-hmm.
Because Celeno Umoja is black unity and you promoting black unity.
Yes, sir. And you said that right on time. I already, you know, the code of Umoja is is one of our main things that we study and what we're all about. So far as the code of Umoja as it relates to the Republic of New Africa and Black empowerment and Black unity amongst our people. Uh, could you say why it's important for us to work together and collectively work together and empower ourselves? The importance of that?
Because we already got the whole world against us. We can't afford to be against each other because that's all we got. A house divided amongst itself shall not stand. If we don't support each other and we give in to everything on the outside that's pushing in, eventually we're going to cave and we're going to cease to exist. So that's why it's important for us to even have a future. We have to support and we have to push together. If not, we're going to cease to exist or we're going to be right back where we started. We're going to forever live a life of servitude.
Yes, sir. Going off of what you just said, let's take it back a little bit. What's the importance of teaching and guiding the youth to you?
What you mean to me personally as an individual?
Yes, sir.
Uh, hey, look, it's important because people don't know. You know, you got the Civil Rights Act of 1964. You got the Voting Rights Act of 1965. You got the Fair Housing Act. And I'm saying, you know, these acts got dates on them. So when that date come around for it to be renewed, they extend it for a few more years. They ain't wrote that off the book, so they let you know that we only got rights in this country according to these acts and laws that's put in place. And these laws, they renew the date for maybe 10 more years, 10 more years. And only people like us know it. People not teaching their kids this. So when we leave and we no longer have people here to fight and make sure we get recognized as citizens and that blacks are created equal and treated equally in this country, man, we're gonna be right back. Our kids and grandkids gonna be right back where our ancestors fought, bring us out of. They're gonna be right back in slavery. So even if you're not able to reach them mentally with our platform, we're trying to create a better economical situation, a better financial situation for them. So they'll be straight financially, so they won't be in subservitude. So uh they won't have to live their life depending. Because that's what cookbook publication is. Cookbook publication. I won't be here to see the end, but my family that come up after me, I'm gonna create a better situation for them. Even though they can't see it, I see it. So I'm gonna do what I can do to change the world for them.
You just made me think about legacy. And you kind of stated it already, but my question would be if you can add more detail, uh, what type of legacy you want to leave for not only vice lords, but the people as a whole.
Man, I just want to be able to help rebuild what I tore down. I want to help uplift what I helped destroy. And look, if I can save two or three, and make a difference in these people's life and create a better situation for them, then you done did your job. Cause Allah guides whom he will. So it don't matter what you do, you can only reach who is meant for you to reach. So you can only do what you supposed to do. And that's all I want to do. I just want to be able to change the world, clean up what I helped tear down. That's all.
Yes, sir. You sound like me because I was on that path too. I was on that path too. I would just say that back in my days, and I got into this to build now and not destroy. Just like how you stated it. So I feel 100% what you just said. Um,
Excuse me, and let me add this for all the people that's listening. Man, I got so many people, they recruit people to hate on me and try to stop my progress. And let me explain this to them. Because at the end of the day, when I turn this phone off, I'm in prison by myself. Don't nobody send me no money. Don't nobody put money on my books. Don't nobody come see me but my mama. Don't nobody do nothing for me. So when I turn on and I do what I do for the community and the body, what do I get out of it? Because I don't got to do this. I don't owe nothing to nobody. So I do it because it's in me and it's in my heart to do it. I give it from the heart. So all the people that's hating, ask yourself, what does it benefit him for him to be doing all the stuff he doing? And it should change your mind and your outlook on how you see me. Because I don't have to do what I'm doing. I do it because somebody got to do it.
what I consider you something. People like to run away from people like to run away from the word revolutionary because there's so many reactionaries and crazy people that destroyed it to the point where it's looked at as a bad term, but it's not the real term that imposters took from it and try to make it their own. But what you just explained is what Che Guevara said one time. He said we must struggle every day so that this love for humanity becomes a reality. And that's what you have, comrade. So, in my eyes, I consider you revolutionary, within what you have going on. And I want to give you your flowers now. Um, that's just the path that we took. We can't be selfish. And, we stand at a position where, we overlooking everything and just being the bigger person, understanding the psychological, chains of slavery that our people went through, um, the pain and hurt that our people went through, and we still managed to, uplift our people and continue on the fight. So, as I say this, I want to ask you, um, what direction, what direction you would like to see Vice Lord go?
Look, Vice Lord is the vanguard of the black race. Like you said, pre-World War III. Man, you see how it's gearing up with all these gun rights. Man, hey, look, you know how many gun stores in the United States owned by black people? And I'm saying, look, they got whole underground camps, underground training facility for paramilitary white hate groups, and they own them. They got They got non-perishable food items. They got water. They got ammunition. They got bow and arrows for when the bullets stop shooting. And black folks so entrenched with self-hatred and we so against each other that somebody have to be the line of defense for our people. And to me, that's vice lord. That is our job to stand up for our people and protect our people when they can't protect themselves. That's how vice lords started in every community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that answer. We talked a little bit, and I gotta ask everybody who comes on this show, especially you. Ha- when I say the name George Jackson, blood in my eyes, and the prison letters, what comes to your mind? How do you look at George Jackson, and how has he influenced you?
George Jackson was one of the George Jackson letters, the Soledad brothers. Them some of the letters that opened my eyes as a black man to see that we had a history before slavery. Usually, when they talk about black folks, they go to slavery. They not knowing before slavery we had all this other stuff, engineers. Man, most of the world was created by black folks, and George Jackson wake you up to their reality. I'm a champion of his little brother, Jonathan Jackson. Because his brother came, hey, his brother, 17 years old, gave his life to try to free them. And that's how much impact George Jackson had on his little brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have a few special guests that's with you as well. Would you like to call one of them up to speak on
Uh,
a topic that we just spoke on?
I'm a call Black the Truth if he's still on here and let him explain to you, first of all, why he called himself Black the Truth. And I'm gonna let him tell you his take on the revolutionary struggle because he bringing a whole new dynamic.
My name is Bobby Lee Robinson, aka Black the Truth. I'm a messenger of God. I come from Chicago, Illinois. Grew up all over the west side of Chicago. I was moved to Arkansas by my auntie. My family moved here to get us away from the drugs, the violence, get us a better education, and just, to do something better. And I guess, I've been to the penitentiary. I've been doing 9 years in the pen on drug charges. And through that time, I went through a preparation process. And I didn't understand that preparation process at the time. And I'm originally Black Gangster Nation New Breed. And after completion of my preparation process, I was submitted to the will of God, and I'm a Christian. And I no longer stand on the New Breed. And as I was in the penitentiary, I was being attacked because of my litigation skills. See, God placed upon me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is cosmic power. That's 360. And through this process, I was learning my gifts. I was developing gifts that was planted inside of me before I was placed in my mother. And everything I've ever been through, from a kid to now, Satan always knew that God had a calling on me. And I always knew it too. But I always ran because I was serving two gods. I was serving the streets and God too. I grew up in church. I was a drummer. I played for different choirs and gospel groups. But the streets always called to me. So I call myself being a follower, I guess, because my father used to always tell me, don't be a joyrider. And me being who I am, I'm supposed to always lead, which I did, but just not in the right way, you feel me? And joyriding led me to having a murder charge placed on me that I did not commit. I was just with the guy who did it, and he went and told the police that I done it, testified on me, but by the will of God, I was acquitted of that murder charge. But based on that and all the other things that I was going through, these were attacks of Satan, and I didn't understand it. He was trying to kill me and discourage me from submitting to the will of God. But during this, God allowed this to help me build my character. And during this process, this is my preparation process, and during this process, I was probably attacked more than anybody I know. I've been to more trials than anybody I know and been acquitted. I never lost. I've always won. I've always been protected by God's protective shield. But during this process, I started reading law books. And this before tablets or anything was out. So my litigation skills are a little more advanced than the average person that want to study the law. So I started reading these books, man, and I was helping my lawyers, build defenses to acquit me of these false charges that I have been, falsely accused of. Just as when I went to prison, I was filing grievances. I'm a prisoner. I'm an advocate for prisoners' rights. That's what I do. I'm a servant. And like Buck, that's my brother. I filed paperwork for him, filed lawsuits for him, for his publication company and all. That's what I do. If I see something wrong, I don't have my talents under the bushes. I stand up and I go to it. Just like Buck was telling you. He went through a process. He's going through a process right now where he don't get a letter. He don't get $5 on his books. He don't get a visit or none of that. We all go through that in the penitentiary. So we have to learn to take care of each other because we all we have in there. Once you go to prison, you are considered as civilly dead. So I'm filing these lawsuits and these grievances on these officers who are violating their own policy. Dexter Payne is the director of the Department of Corrections. And when we file grievances, Dexter Payne do not even acknowledge our grievances. They go to the warden stage first. And the warden, he always finds our grievances without merit. I got a copy of my grievance history through filing lawsuits. I file a lot of lawsuits. And I get everything that I need to help the guys in prison. And I got a copy of my grievance history with over 300 grievances I have filed in 9 years. And each one of them states rejected, denied, rejected, denied. And when they go to the director stage of appeal, he concurs with the warden's findings, meaning that he failed to even conduct his own investigation into these allegations. In his penitentiary, it's ACA 12-27-103. This established policies. It mandates that the ADC has exclusive jurisdiction over our care, our rehabilitation, and our education. And they develop the employees' conduct standard under ACA 12-27-105. And under this conduct standard, it mandates that they follow all public policy and that they abide by all conduct standards. But see, by the Department of Correction being so low staffed, they barely have staff to even run the prison. So when these officers violate our constitutional rights, man, they have no regard for our rights as human beings. We are treated lower than the ants that's in the ground. We are treated like we are all automatically in hell. And by me knowing all these policies, I attack them. I attack them like they attack us. And the only thing they can do to retaliate against us is file false disciplinary reports on us, which is violating AR 005, which is the incident report policy. These are incident reports in which they swear to file adequate, accurate information. Every disciplinary that any officer writes in that prison has false information in it. They have surround video surveillance in every area. And when we ask for video evidence, which we are entitled to under the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, due process, Wood versus McDonald, we are entitled to video evidence to exonerate us of false allegations because the Arkansas Department of Correction has a disciplinary procedure where it's called factual statements. Everything that they say, they are sworn under a duty of trust. So everything that they say is true. And the disciplinary hearing officers are ex-employees too. So they are biased towards prisoners. So anytime we ask for this defense, we are denied this defense. That's why none of the inmates can't get out of prison. They are stuck in the hole, in the supermax like Buck. Buck's not even on a violent charge. I just left Buck. I was just with Buck. He's not even on a violent charge. And he in a supermax prison. That supermax prison is established for inmates who attack other inmates with weapons or officers or get caught with weapons. Buck haven't got caught with none of this. But he in that supermax, so is a lot of other dudes. And they doing this to fill the supermax up to continue getting grants from the government. because without their Supermax food, they cannot get money for the government. And in population, they don't even have room for nobody because they have did away with the EPA kickout, Emergency Powers Act. But that's what the parole officers are telling us. But doing my research, I found out that that's a lie. It's hidden under an act called List of Inmates. This list of inmates grants us a 90-day kickout. And Director Payne is violating his sworn oath of office pursuant to ACA 1227-109 by not invoking the EPA kickout law. Everything he do is against the policy and against our constitutional rights. During this time in this prison, I have filed lawsuits. I have filed letters to the governor, Governor Asa Hutchinson, advising him of how these people were violating our rights and putting their feet on our neck, giving us inadequate food, inadequate shelter, inadequate medical care. They are doing everything that's against our rights as human beings, man. And I'm passionate about this because I love those guys in their penitentiary. Those are my brothers. When I didn't have nothing, those guys had it for me. They do what they do. I wasn't on that walk. I was on a litigation walk, so I was their lawyer. And anytime they needed me, I was there for them. And I'm in these streets, and I gave them my word that I wouldn't let them down, and I didn't have to do that because they believed in me. I didn't give myself the name Black the Truth. One thing y'all must understand is a person do not give themselves a name out here. People have to name you according to your character and who you are. The streets called me the truth before I even hit the penitentiary. And my walk showed that I was the truth. That's why those guys have so much faith in me. When I put my pen down, it has so much power that the Arkansas Department of Correction runs and flees in terror like Satan do when you say the word of God. And that's how I am. I'm a king. And I recognize that through my preparation process. And when building my skills, he taught me how to properly conduct myself. And that's when I came into my glory. And that's what I do. I'm an advocate, man. It's so much deeper than that, but I'm speaking this off of my head, you know. So that's why I get tongue-tied a lot because I have so much to say, man. I have so much to say. I'm a master with words, man. But I do it on a pen because my brain is so much bigger than everything. So I'm trying to get off what I can get off to let y'all understand what's really going on with these fellas up in here. Not only do I do civil law, I do criminal law. I'm somebody that everybody needs to have in their life because I have freed so many dudes from prison in the jail phase when I was even just facing my murder charge. They violating them dudes' policies, not giving them notices of discoveries and everything. Arkansas is a bogus state. We don't have access to a grand jury, and the United States Constitution, the Fifth Amendment, mandates that if you charged with an infamous crime, you is entitled to a grand jury, to be indicted by a grand jury. They are vindictively prosecuting us based off of the word of mouth with no evidence or nothing. And Arkansas is so what you call it, where they gossip in Arkansas. So everything they hear, they believe. So when somebody say, "Oh, Black killed that dude," I'm going to prison for that. If I didn't have God protecting me with his protective shield, I would have been in prison. Because the same guy that murdered that guy testified at me and tried to point me out. Guy I raised, man. A guy I raised, man. A guy I loved, I taught him everything. I gave him the game, cut his hair, taught him how to hustle, I taught him everything. And he turned on me just like this and tried to take my life from me. And if it weren't for God, I wouldn't be in these streets right now. See, God knew what they had planned for me, and Satan knew too. And just like God want me, Satan want me too. That's what they doing. They building their army. See, dudes that are not chosen and are not have plans for them, they not getting chastised and beat like us. They not getting attacked like us. See, he never put more on you than you can bear. You feel me? The guys that are getting attacked is for a better calling. You are surviving those attacks because you are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And now he wondering why he can't win. What is this dude so special that nothing I put on him has any effect? Nothing Satan has ever put on me has any effect to me. And I never was mad at God not one time. I thank God right now today for everything that he allowed me to go through.
Yes, sir. One thing I would like to do one thing I would like to do with you, sir, and I'll talk to the comrade here. I get your number, and we are very deep into strategic release program and talking about these type of things with our political prisoners, our prisoners, men in the 13th. And I like to have a real deep 1 hour dialogue with you about but this particular topic, sir. So
Yes, sir.
most definitely I'd like to get that from you so we can shed awareness and information and what we can do for our people that's captured, kidnapped within this white supremacist fascist construct, I would say.
I got 2 books that I'm currently writing for other people, and I'm almost through with them. Then I got some of my own projects, and as of now, I got 7 books out published now on Amazon. My latest book, A Prisoner Resilience, is about my prison experience and over the course of 25 years and how I survived and what it takes to survive in prison and what kept me sane. Uh, and the folks won't let it come in. I got a copy sent to me. They put it under review and they denied it from coming in. No reason, nothing whatsoever. They just denied it from coming in. So, as you know, Habakkuk in the Bible said to write the vision, make it plain. So I wrote it down. So they didn't like it. It said they'll run from it when they read it. So that let me know that this book is important. And I gave away copies of this book free at the gala last night. Because this the book that they don't want in, so they don't want it in for a reason. They don't just do something for nothing. It's a reason why. So they let me know that this book is more important that I get the word out. But the only support I really need is pushing my books. Cause see, in Arkansas, they care who you are. You got to be somebody for them to care. If ain't nobody saying nothing about you, if ain't nobody kicking up no noise about you, then they don't realize that you somebody and they do whatever they want to you. Like doing the 2 live interviews that I did when they came and locked me up. And one of them got like 28,000 views. And they complained about the fact that I showed the tray, I showed the mold on the walls and the cell, and they brought the director and everybody down because of that video. So it let me know that, yeah, they don't want your voice to be heard. So the bigger my voice, the more concern that they'll show for me and say, hey, we got to do something for this man. Let's get him out of there. And then people don't realize that you do a lot. Like I say, hey, they owe me a check because I done rehabilitated more inmates than the system have. They owe me a check. So that's really all the support I need. I'm straight on everything else. Just need my books pushed.
A question. I was just thinking about what you just said as you were saying it. The conditions of where you at, did they make better conditions for you, or they still got you in, that type of unsanitary, situation?
Yeah. Now, yeah, not. I'm still in the same situation. The only way they can come in and redo this situation is to come in and redo the whole system. And that's millions of dollars. They're not doing that. No, they ain't doing that at all.
Well, I'm talking about more like, like the toilets and the mold and stuff.
Yeah, they're not doing none of that. Everything's still the
Wow.
same.
Wow.
Everything's still the same. I'm telling you. And then they just passed a national accreditation and got rewarded. How did y'all pass inspection that let you know
Wow.
these inspector people is in with these people?
Um, I seen something that happened in Atlanta as well, where a guy got ate up by all kind of bugs and things to that nature. In Atlanta, in Fulton County, I was there. I think I'm not sure if it was Wright Street or what or where it was at, but in Arkansas, do they got like that same thing so far as like lots of staff and scabies and
Now
bugs and stuff?
we don't have that. We've been blessed not to have that.
Right.
That's about the only thing we don't got. Bad food, bad conditions, mental health issues. We got all that. So spur us some.
Right. But the mold is still bad, man. You can die off that mold, you know? And
Yeah,
how about the water that's coming out? Like that's coming out the sink in the shower.
yeah. The water, they bleach the water to keep it looking like it's white. But if
Mm.
you put a towel under there, it's gonna stain your towel, so you can see what the true color is.
Wow. So even when you take a shower, even when they're taking a shower in there, you're not really getting clean.
No, no.
Wow. Yeah, that's a whole man. Yeah. Most definitely light needs to be shed to that because I mean that's unhumane to be living in those type of conditions, you know?
We got black the truth out now. This is the thing. Black been in here fighting these folks. That's why they kept shipping it from unit to unit. He been doing it, and he know the policy. He know the law. He know
Right.
what's going on in here. So it is not no coincidence that that man hit the street and he got in touch with my people and let me know,
Hmm.
man, I'm out here. Man, I'm y'all lawyer. I got y'all out here.
Right.
Boy, hey, I can just imagine what he got cooking for these people. He was so vocal and so forceful in her, man, they kicked him out of her.
Kicked them out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
me.
now it's me and him together. And then we building bridges with brothers like yourself. That's why I had to make sure
Sir.
he was on this interview.
Oh yeah, he got the right one. He got the right one. I most definitely want to connect with him because I mean, just hearing this really is really disturbing and upsets me. You know what they doing, man. You know, and I most definitely want to bring awareness and some type of call to action with all these institutions that's doing this to our people. You know, so most definitely. Um, this is coming to a close. We almost been here for an hour, probably an hour or more. This is
Okay.
not the last time, everybody. What we're doing right here, the George Jackson Grassroots Dialogue Sessions, is to keep in contact and foster relationships and in unity with people who's progressive in their communities doing positive things. So we most definitely would like to check up on you again and again and again, and just give us updates on what you got going on and what we can do to help you as well, because this don't
And
stop.
let me add this too before we leave. We
Yes, sir.
also we also me and my brother have a non-profit, OWHO, ones who have overcome. And it's a rehabilitative platform. That's what we're doing our talent show through. It focuses on rehabilitation, reentry, resilience, everything that we help former prisoners, we help people that's in prison and all this. We try to help them find their way in society. So we also have our nonprofit. So stay tuned for great work from Ohu and Cookbook Publication in concert, because we going hard.
Yes, sir. And I get so much information and so much things in my DM. I just want you to make sure that you send me the logos and all the information needed so I can direct the people. Also, we're about to launch our website. So we're going to be showing the people that we're affiliated with and also who we recommend to donate to as well. So I just want to make sure to keep you in our ecosystem of people that we support and things to that nature so we could propagate and promote for your establishment and your organizations as well. Just keep us in the loop. Let's keep this communication going and have another dialogue coming up soon. Um, I would like for you also at this point, can you give us a closing out statement, your final closing out statement, and then we will head out.
For everybody under the sound of my voice, everybody has somebody in their life that they looked up to, somebody that they was ultimately disappointed in. If you had a person in your life that you wanted more from, that you say, hey, my daddy could have did this, my mama could have did this. Be for somebody else what you wish somebody would have been for you.
Yes, sir. And I like to end by saying this myself. It's an honor to have everybody on here. Let's continue on, helping our communities and being progressive and enhancing our culture, whether it's economics or self-defense. And I like to say all power to the people and free the land. Let's build the win, and all is well.
All is well.